Hey guys, so I've hit 100 books on Goodreads recently, and I wanted to pause and reflect. Out of all those books, there are 5 that really changed the way I think. These aren't just good books, they actually reshaped my mindset. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Kim. I am an emergency doctor and I love to talk about self-improvement. If you're someone who wants to grow or just think differently, these are the 5 that I'd recommend to anyone. The first book is 4,000 Weeks, and this one completely flipped my perspective on productivity. I bought and learned every productivity system. Notion, Obsidian, Rome, you name it. And I spent so much time learning them, believing that it would change my productivity. But the truth is, I wasn't getting more of what mattered done. I was just busy optimizing tools. 4,000 Weeks made me realize that our time is finite. We only get about 4,000 weeks of life if we're lucky. And this belief that we can somehow do everything if we just find the right system is an illusion. Before learning a new productivity system, I now consider whether it'll help me achieve my goals and not just help me check off meaningless boxes. This book helped me let go of the pressure to do it all and instead focus on what matters the most. For example, lately I choose to read in the morning, and that may mean sacrificing a workout or a meditation. But that's the point, deliberate trade-offs. Doing meaningful things require true trade-offs. You can't do it all. Focus on what matters most. The second book is Flow, and this one taught me that the key to happiness isn't pleasure, it's full immersion. Flow is that mental state when you're so engaged you lose track of time. Probably experienced this, playing video games, your favorite sports or instrument. This book shows you that you can recreate that flow state in almost any activity, even washing dishes. Flow happens when you fully focus on the goal, challenges you just enough and makes you lose track of time. Honestly, my biggest barrier to flow is often just getting started. My distracted brain wants to do anything but start. But once I do, I can get locked in. For me, for example, I realize that when I read on my sofa in the evening, I just end up falling asleep. But in the morning, with a cup of coffee in hand, sitting upright on my desk, I can read for 30 minutes completely immersed. For exercise, I choose exercises I enjoy, but I found I need to warm up with light weights to get me in the state of flow. I used to lift heavy weights very early, hoping that it would save time, but I would end up dreading the workout because I wasn't properly warmed up. Even for mundane tasks such as cleaning, I start with a podcast and ease into it. I don't set a goal to clean the whole room. I just put on a good podcast or music and just tell myself I'm just going to put things away for 2 minutes. Sometimes even setting a low expectation can put you in a state of flow. So the big idea from flow is this: happiness comes from full engagement, not just comfort. The third book is Mindset by Dweck, and it's a classic. A lot of us grew up thinking that we are born with certain abilities, like intelligence or athletic abilities. And while genetics plays some role, having a fixed mindset is really limiting your potential. Dweck introduced the idea of a growth mindset. It's the belief that your abilities can develop. It sounds simple, but it's very powerful. People with a fixed mindset believe that skills, intelligence, or creativity are things that you either have it or you don't. Usually, this limiting belief started in childhood by people who do not truly know your potential. But people with a growth mindset believe that all those things can improve with effort, feedback, and time. Having a growth mindset can give you the freedom to start a new project without self-criticism, or to look at failure as learning opportunities. I admit that being raised by a critical Asian immigrant family, I can fall into the fixed mindset. Sometimes I hesitate to post YouTube videos because I don't have a lot of views, and I'm not sure what my niche is yet. But could this all be because of my fixed mindset? Do not put limitations on what you can achieve. The fourth book is Man's Search for Meaning, and it's perhaps my favorite book because it taught me how to deal with adversity. Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist and a Holocaust survivor. The first half of the book is his personal story in the concentration camps and how he was able to survive. And the second half is a psychological exploration of meaning and purpose. Dr. Frankl found that those who survived the camps often had a deep sense of purpose and meaning that kept them going, whether it was the hope of seeing a loved one, completing unfinished work, or holding on to a spiritual belief. Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how. Dr. Frankl didn't get to choose his circumstances in the concentration camps, but he chose to respond with dignity, courage, and purpose. He wrote, "Between stimulus and response there is a space, and in that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." And that's what he teaches us, that meaning is more important than happiness. When life gets hard, when I feel like things are spiraling out of control, this book reminds me I still get to choose how I respond. And that's incredibly empowering. The final book is Atomic Habits. It's the most practical of the 5, and the main takeaway for me is that you can accomplish amazing things through the power of small habits compounding over time. The great thing about habits is that if you do them long enough, it can change your identity. Every small action you take is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. Habits are the key to accomplishing long-term goals and changing your identity. And this book shows you great ways to make the process as easy as possible. I reread this book often because it's full of tools and insights on how to change my habits to be the person I want to become. I never saw myself as a runner. I didn't run in school. I just picked it up as an attending doctor, first running a 5K, then a 10K, then a half marathon, just by being consistent. Growing up, I thought running was innate. Either you had stamina or you don't. But that was a false belief. Through habits, you can change your identity. So those are my 5. 4,000 weeks showed me that I can't do everything, and that's okay. Flow taught me to make the process as effortless as possible. Mindset reminded me that there's no such thing as failure, just learning points. Man's search for meaning helped me gain perspective and purpose in hard times. And finally, Atomic Habits gave me the tools to implement changes consistently and permanently change my identity. So if you're looking for books that go beyond surface level inspiration, these are the ones I recommend. And I'd love to hear from you. What's one book that actually changed your mindset? If you like this video, please click like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.